Hey everybody, in today's lesson, what we'll be looking at is the number plane. The number plane has another name, which is also called the Cartesian plane, and that represents this x and this y axis here. So the x-axis is horizontal, so you draw a line across like how I did here, and then you draw a right letter x here, okay? Then a y-axis, which is this line, okay? And you write a y right there. So you notice that I have A, B, C, and D, and the origin here. These are all what we call coordinates. A coordinate is written as x followed by y, okay? And we're going to find each of these values by starting at the origin. So the origin is basically the middle of the Cartesian plane. This represents an x value of 0 and y value of 0. We find x firstly by moving left or right, then followed by finding y by moving up or down. So let me demonstrate that. So here we go. If we want to find A here, okay, we start the origin. We move left to right first to get there. So we're going to move to the right by 1, and then we're going to move up by 1. So that means in the coordinate, I'll have 1, 1. Okay, because I'll move 1 right and then 1 up. Now, if I want to get to B, I would move right or left first. Well, I would move left first by 3. Okay, so that hits -3. Then I go up by 2. Okay, so my coordinate is -3, 2. Followed by C. C is this point here. So from the origin, once again, I will have to move left to get there. And then I move down. So I moved left 1, which means my x coordinate is -1, and I moved down by 1, which means my y coordinate is -1. Okay, then for D, I would have to move right by 1, okay, then down by 3. So the x value is 1, the y value is -3. All right. Now, I have written a coordinate in each of the 4 quadrants. So starting with quadrant 1 is the top right. Then in an anti-clockwise direction, I'll have quadrant 2, then quadrant 3, then quadrant 4. So there are some other points that I need to actually tell you as well, which are points that are on the x-axis and points that are on the y-axis. So I'll do this in red. So let's just say if I had a coordinate right here. Okay, right there. That coordinate there is 3, 0, because all you do from the origin is move right by 3, but you don't move up or down. So you write 3, 0. Okay, I'll call that point E. Now, if I was to find another coordinate on the left side, okay, also on the x-axis, let's just say this point here, point F would be -2, 0, because you're moving left by 2, but you're not going up or down. So the x value is -2 for going left by 2. And for not going up or down, I write 0. Okay, then let's have a look at this point up here. So this point here is on the y-axis. Okay, so on the y-axis, I'll have this point, which we call G, and we don't move left or right from the origin, but all we do is move up. So if we don't move left or right, we say the x coordinate is 0, but because we were moving upwards from the origin by 3, we write the y value as 3. Now have a look at the opposite end of the y-axis. Let's just say h is here. What coordinates would h have? From the origin, you don't move left or right, but you just move down by 2. So if you don't move from left to right, you write 0, and the y value is -2. Okay? So what can we see about these two coordinates here that are on the x-axis? They both contain y equal to 0. Okay, that's a feature of that. Whereas on the y-axis, if you look at both of these, okay, any coordinates on the y-axis will contain x values that are not 0 because you didn't move left or right. Okay.